What's up? Welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm him. Today is Thursday, March 27th. Man, it's hard to believe the month of March is almost over. Only a few more days left. I'm gonna be mostly, I guess, hanging out, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna just sit here and do nothing, so I'm gonna work on some stuff. And if folks should come in and have questions or have thoughts, maybe I'll switch gears. But yeah, until then, let me go ahead and get my little thingamajig set up. Do I want to update now? Yeah, sure. Let me just update. No, I don't want to update right now. One thing I'm thinking of doing is changing how my RTMP server works. At the moment, I am creating a bunch of files. In fact, maybe I shouldn't even say how the server works. That's kind of irrelevant. At the moment, when I start a live stream and I send it to my server here, what I start to do is I buffer the live stream, and every 5 seconds I create a file. And let me see if I can find that. I think it's in my transcript here. Yeah. So yeah, every 5 seconds I create a file, and let me see where is that happening at? Right here. Oh, wait a minute. This is something else. This is for a channel that I created. Here we are. Yeah. So if I come back to here, there should be a file that's good. Yeah, right here. So I create a file every... I'm not actually creating a file every 5 seconds, am I? I think what I'm doing is I have this file open, and then every 5 seconds I grab a new chunk, and then I go and transcribe it. So I am having multiple files being generated, and maybe I'll show that in a second. Let's see if I can get this started. Oh, there we go over here. That's weird. Why is it moving to my other monitor? I don't like that at all. Okay, so I'm realizing that my keyboard shortcuts in this are not what I want. Oh gosh. Okay, that's all right. How do I get this to do the CMD? +0. Yeah, I don't want this at all. Okay, and then I want to find reset zoom. Oh yeah, it's using number pad. I don't have a number pad. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now I don't know if this looks a lot smaller than, it looks really small. Zoom level. Let's try 1.2. Okay. That's a little bit better. Okay, so as we see here, we get this HLV thing, and this is something that, what do you call it, that this gives me back. I don't know, with live streams with FFmpeg. Let's just see FFmpeg, HLV file. I forgot that I can't use this browser for that. I was hoping that it would show like it's a type of file. It's a video file. I interpret it as like a live file, but I don't really know what kind of file it is, to be honest. All right, well, anyway, so according to FFmpeg, I need to do something with an FLV. I don't think the extension matters, but that's what I'm doing. Is every so often I'm going up and creating one of these, and it only happens when a stream is published. So there should be one, but off of these one, I'm going to go and create a WAV file every so often, and I'm going to stack up a lot of these. Oh, I just realized my terminal doesn't resize too. don't know if I care right now. Let's go and look here. All right, so I have this running. Let me make sure that I'm connected. I am. Uh-oh, why did I get 2 connections? Why did that run twice? Okay, all right, we're good. It only ran once. Okay, so let's open up this tool over on the other side to start sending a video stream to this server. Session.cannot find media. Okay. This is in content. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start sending. Oh my, why does it keep moving my stuff to another screen? It's hella annoying. I wonder if I can solve this using options somehow. Okay, guess not. All right, so we get this thing right here, and it's publishing, or it's not publishing, it's creating a file here. So let's go look at it. And I said I was going to put this in a separate file, and I didn't do that. I should. I mean a folder. I did it for the temporary stuff, which is here. And you see there's going to be audio chunks. All right, so if we go and look at audio chunks, we get a bunch of them. All right, so there should just be one FLV file. This file should grow over time. If I print this out again, you see it's now 882 kilobytes, whereas before it was 659 kilobytes. So yeah, as I was just saying, like I create one of these, and then every 5 seconds, what the fuck is this noise? What is it? Why does every time when I click, it's copying to my clipboard? I don't like that. Okay, see, this is new. That wasn't like what it was before. Okay. All right, there we go. Man, that was annoying. All right, so we have more files, and this right here is a little bit larger. And if I go and point VLC, do I have VLC installed on here? I don't. Okay, let's get that installed. What's up, Cruz? How you doing? I also hope it's a nice mango. It's large, but yeah, it's stupid expensive. And no, I didn't want it to be expensive, but at the same time, it's cheaper than me flying to Vietnam. Last time I tried to go to Vietnam, I got 3 different visas, and each one they rejected at the airport in Thailand. So Vietnam is on my F list. I'm not going ever. Screw it. Wait, I've wasted enough money trying to go there. All right. Did it finish installing? Okay, I guess it did. Look at that. Well, it's a mango I've never tried. Enable metadata. No, don't. Yeah, it's a mango I've never tried. So yeah, no, I'll do it once in my life. Or maybe it's amazing, like Haitian mangoes. I'm like, that's so far, that's my favorite mango. It's the Haitian mango. So if it's as delicious as the Haitian mango, then of course, yeah, I'll get more. I don't mind wasting my money on dumb shit. All right, here's this FLV file. I hope I can open this and not crash my stream. We're going to see how resilient it is. No, we don't need.
So we'll link it as stereo.
Cloud control, provide access to documents.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so when you click configure speakers,
All right, so y'all hear that?
Settings.
This is being streamed from that file.
That's like across all audio devices, right? That's not like that configure speaker is not just for.
See, audio channels.
Because on the left you have
Oh, you know what? Oh man, I just not realized that. Yeah. I need to figure out some way. Oh god, oh my god, that just blinded the hell out of me. That is so bright. I just realized that I have more than one person speaking, and I don't know how to. I have zero idea how I would identify two different people. Yeah, no idea at all. But that's a problem for another day. I don't think it matters right now. But yeah, anyway, so this is currently how this service works right now, where it's generating, what do you call these, transcriptions every 5 seconds. What I'm thinking of doing, and by thinking I mean I'm probably going to do this fairly soon, is instead of generating all these temporary files here and cleaning up, what I'm instead going to do is just generate one file as I stream, and then when the stream is over, I just transcribe the whole thing all in one go. So this won't be a live thing where I'm streaming, so I won't need a WebSocket or any of that kind of crap. So it removes complexity, all at the same time. Like, I kind of thought about it. I was just like, a live stream doesn't really do anything for me, really. At least I don't think it does. Yeah. I don't think having, not a live stream, I'm sorry, a live transcription, I don't think having that really matters, because really what I'm after is a summary of what I talked about in the stream, along with a PR to get produced. And I have another project that I was working on that I'm just going to kind of copy some of the workflow code, put it in here, which will go off and create a pull request with those notes, along with using AI to generate to-do list. So if I say I need to do X, Y, and Z, I want at the end of that stream to have a section called to-dos, which is things that I said that I'm going to do. I think that's fairly straightforward. Right now, I don't plan to transcribe previous streams, but I am going to do it to build this, because I can't really build it while I'm doing this live, if that makes sense. So I'm faking a live stream right now. That's how this is happening. All right, so I have a video file from, like I have a bunch of streams. Maybe you don't know this, but I have literally hundreds of streams. It's probably like 600 or 700 of these by now. Because remember, I used to stream on Twitch before I started streaming on YouTube, and I have all of those old streams as well. So I'll just use one of those to fake a live stream to build this. And then once this is built to the point to where it's like, okay, and honestly, it's almost there, really. Like, the transcription works, and it actually accomplishes more than what I needed to do, which is doing it almost live. I don't need it to do it live at all. I just needed to do it when the stream ends. But check this out. Watch what happens when the stream ends. Let me do that right there. Wait, what? Okay, I'll just pull this off to the side. All right, so pay attention to what happens here in this console, as well as what you'll see here. And let me move this up here. All right, we'll move this up here. All right, so know what happens when I stop the stream, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go offline, and you see here it closes. Okay, well, I mean, I get to close here, but I don't handle it properly. I should probably do that one day. But this will be the hook essentially, where I then go off and do the processing. Now, here's where I'm saying that this is going to remove a lot of complexity. If I go to my dashboard page, this thing right here, I don't need any of this. I don't need to have a WebSocket that connects to my server. It's not necessary. I mean, I could have it, but it won't be a bunch of messages. It'll just be one. So I'll get like I can put something here and say live stream started or something like that. And then like in progress. And then when it's ended, I can have the state update to say ended. And maybe instead of just having an auto transfer, I'm going to have an auto transfer, but I can have a button here where it's like, maybe I want to do some stuff. Yeah. The only thing, I'll probably keep the WebSocket just so I can stream progress of the actual transcription, you know, so I want to have like a little progress bar or something like that. So I know how long to wait, because I'm not going to want to look in my terminal to figure out all that. Found a dude with one viewer. Oh, you talking about me? Yeah, I have one viewer. You. It's just you and me. Turns out, oh, actually, it's not me and you right now. I gotta make sure. Actually, I don't care. I'm assuming I'm live because you're messaging. Normally, I have it up on my iPad so I can know whether or not I'm actually streaming. Turns out he worked on Donda with Kanye. Oh, that's cool. Some producer. All right, that's dope. I saw Kanye took it down. Whatever the thing was that he was doing, he took it down. Not a fan of that, because I would actually prefer to listen to it on his thing and not some other random people who basically, I guess, copied it or something, and now they're just restreaming it or something. Okay, so this is the part where things are going to get a lot easier. All right, so this process stream, we're actually going to do some process. This is going to change a lot now that I think about it. Let me go to here. Where's process stream? Here we are. So there is a function here, right here, transcribe audio chunk. I'm no longer going to do this. There's no need to go by chunk. Instead, what I'm going to do is, okay, come back here. Yeah, instead, what I'm going to do is make this to where it only starts doing that thing when the stream ends. And I have a thingamajig right here on close, so it'll go there. I'm still going to make this channel here. I think that's important to do. I'll just put that here, and then we're going to put this on close. Oops. I should be able to get some information from the handler, if I'm not mistaken. There should be like a stream key or something, stream ID, yeah. So we'll say stream ended for that. Now I'm gonna have to figure out some way to pass this path to here. Let's see here. Turns I worked on Donda with Kanye. That's how I found just scrolling as he posted Billy on his page. At the same time, Complex and all the other sites posted it. Wait, so you saying that Kanye got taken down? The person who made it? What kind of sense does that make? That's really why. So let me make sure I got this right. Let me pull my browser over here. Over here. Oh, not that one. This one. Oh my gosh, my back hurts so bad. So wait, so Kanye West, who hasn't been suspended at all this time, he releases this album, which is what I saw was basically his son in a ring with a lot of those wrestler people, just hitting him with a hammer essentially. And he gets banned. He gets suspended from that, like for that. See, this is very hypocritical of Apple. This is one of the reasons why I am no longer a fan of any type of streaming service. I don't think that any company should have control over what private citizens say. Who the fuck are they? And what I mean by hypocritical is that you can go on Apple Music right now and listen to music about killing black people all day long. That's okay. More and more, you know, that saying, you know, if you want to know who controls you, just look at who you can't criticize. Well, maybe he deleted. I mean, he could have deleted his own tweets. Yeah, he is right though. His music is better than all that. You know, here's what I'm gonna do. What is it? He has a website, right? I'm just gonna buy the album. Like, fuck it. It's not like, how do I? Somebody sent me a link. What's the link? Do you know? Send it to him in Discord. I'll just buy it. That's not available to buy yet. All right, well, once it is available to buy, I will purchase it. Here's the thing. Apple doesn't pay artists. Neither does Spotify. Neither does Tidal. They're not paying these artists. So by forcing me to buy from Kanye, which is I'm fine with doing because that's how I used to purchase music, it just means that the artist gets all the money, and I'm not opposed to that. I would actually prefer it no other way. I think that the artist should get all of the money for the product of their work. Now, you're hearing this from someone who is like closer to an artist than most people. Most people aren't creative. They don't have anything in them worth sharing. So they would never understand, which is why they try to trivialize all art, is because they don't have it. They're talentless. That's kind of what I see AI as. It's like all the people who lack it, who don't have it, they need to rely on stuff like AI to compensate for the fact that, to be in all honesty, like they're not very valuable to humanity. Like, sorry, not sorry though. Like culture, the thing that passes culture forward is more valuable than those who just simply consume it. Well, all right, well. So it's fine that you can worship all these things that we probably shouldn't be doing, but all this other crap, you're not allowed to do it. Okay, fine, sure. Why is my computer lagging? Why is this lagging? I should experience no lag right now. Do I have LM Studio yet? Okay. So I'm going to be using LM Studio for like hosting my model and all that kind of crap. And as a server, essentially. I'm not going to be using anything off my computer. Oh yeah, this is what I had last time. I was trying to get it to figure out something that was wrong. I don't know if y'all remember that last stream when I was like comparing these and I was saying which one was right and it wasn't right. So I gave it this code and I was like, tell me how many of these whatever I don't know, chunks essentially are created in 1 minute. And it gave me something stupid. And I was like, are you sure? Is that here? Oh yeah, see? Like, are you sure? Math ain't math. And yeah, I tried it on another model. And did that one work? How many models? It didn't work. So yeah, there's that. Which model did? Okay, I think I just used a larger version of DeepSeek to do that. Let's see if there are any new models here. Oh, you know what? Actually, before there is, I think Google has some kind of new model that they have been talking about. I'm gonna just do this for now. I love how everybody's just circle jerking and creating the same UI, which is chat. I'm like, can we not do better than that? So I'm gonna see if it can handle something, which I think is fairly straightforward. I'm gonna give it this file here. Oh, wait, no, not that file. This file here. All right, so we'll say at the moment, actually, tell me what this code is doing. I want to see if we can figure it out. I do like that it's command enter to send. I do appreciate that. It's giving me a lot of details, which maybe I could have said at a high level. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if I gave it this, and I wanted to see if we could figure out what it's doing. It can. Obviously, I forgot to remove my comments, so I basically told it. But hey, that's okay. What I want to do now is see if I can get it to change what it does to fit my needs that I was talking about earlier. So we'll say I want this to process one file all in one go. No more splitting and chunking the file. In other words, this doesn't need to occur in near real time. So let's see how it handles this. Oh, it figured out that this was defined. This was defined somewhere else. I could give it the other code, but we'll wait. Okay, I don't like this scroll behavior. Look at the scroll behavior. Look at that. That's horrible. Is this really what we're doing? I have to come over here and use the scroll bar? I like that it did this. That it is telling me what it removed. That's good. I like that. Okay, but it created this. Oh gosh, I don't like this. It created a main thing. I didn't ask it to do that. But perhaps this is just. No, I don't like this. Because it's assuming things that it shouldn't be assuming. Okay. See, I shouldn't have to even type this. I don't understand why it took this right here that I gave it and then decided that it's going to dump it into a main function. That's not how this works. It's not what I need this to do. This is more straightforward than it should have. Like, it's easier than they're making it. All of this effectively can remain the same for the most part. Right, there's nothing that really needs to change here. The only thing that really needs to change is this process stream. There's no need for this for loop. But it didn't do that. It gave me a completely different implementation. Yeah, this right here is silly. Like, I don't, in my opinion, it's faster for me to just do it than to sit here and try to convince this thing to do something. Like, I'm waiting. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go through with it though. I'm gonna see. In fact, while I do that, while I say that, let me go ahead and create a new branch. Just in case, because I don't really trust this code. So I want to make sure I can get out of this if I want to. Yeah, I gotta go and remove some things. Okay, that looks okay. And all of these are changes to, okay. Oh shit, I forgot I was adding logging to my thingamajig. Okay, so we'll just say add logging. All right, we'll create a new branch. We'll call this Gemini. And maybe I'll do this with another AI thing too and see how they, I don't know, compare it maybe. I don't know, doubtful. Okay, so send my transcribe file. So let's see what it's thinking that it's gonna do. All right, so that's all the same. Whisper bin, sure. This is one, oh, you know what? I want to use a Git work tree to handle this. That's one thing I realized is that I can't run it on my other computer without doing setup and mirroring this setup over there. So the way I think I'm gonna go about that is it's just adding Whisper as a work tree to this repo. That way I can keep it up to date, and when I pull it, I can do all of the building and all that kind of stuff as part of my repo setup, which I'll just have a script that can do that. That's a to-do. This is one of the things that I would like for this tool that I'm building to do is when I say stuff like this, I don't want to have to go and change context and go type it out in my notes. I would rather just, capture that for me. That would be better. Okay, all right, so it wants to define this. It doesn't need to define it. The only thing that needed to really change is this process. And there is no transcribe audio chunk anymore. There's no need for it to be in a separate function, essentially. In this main, don't care. So the only part that's relevant to me is going to be here. And it should handle where is it at? Let me go to this part right here. So that part should go away. So let's see if it took it out. There's a seek. Okay, so it took out my seek, which is good. We don't need that. And then I don't see the -T here, so that's good. For whatever reason, it removed my hide banner, I think is what it is. It removed that option. And we don't need to skip or seek. So it removed that as well, which is good. Now my question is, why did it remove report? Is report only for, come on, all right, my system is still not set up the way that it needs to be. This should open on login. There we go. And it's too big. Should be like that. Actually, it shouldn't be like that either. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I got rid of my report, but I'm gonna try it. Remember, wait, did I create a new branch? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, so I'll try it and see how that works. Wait a minute. Why did it take out my channel? This part needs to stay. That has to stay. I'm not going to print this log because it's relevant to me. Check if the input file exists. The file will exist, but sure, we could add it. I'm not, because the file will exist. There's no need for that. Let's see if I give it my other context. this is gonna make my life harder because now I gotta look at all of them now instead of just one. So I'm looking at this and I'm noticing that it's making some mistakes, and it's making it because it has to assume some stuff. So I'll just give it the information, see how that goes. Yeah, see this part right here, I was like, maybe that's the part where it's missing. And yeah, the close. Yep, perfect. Okay, so it had, wait. Did it figure? No, it didn't figure that out. No, it didn't. Okay. I was like, wait, did it figure out that it needs to do it on close? It didn't. I just haven't. Okay, fine. I should have gave it the code before I made these changes. But hey, see what it is able to do. Okay, we're still doing this chunks thing. We don't need a chunks anymore, but that's fine. I can rename that easily. It wouldn't be chunks. It would just be like audio or something like that. Honestly, we don't even need to have the folder. We could just do it at the top level of temp. So this is where I'm looking to see if it's doing something that makes sense to me. Which should just be, okay, we broadcast a message and then that's it. So this is going to be the message that we send to my web server. Hey, the live stream is, we're aware of it. You know, we're capturing. And then this on audio bit is going to do the thing that it's always been doing, except I want to make sure that it's not creating several files. And it shouldn't be. There's no, yeah. It's just creating the one FLV thing. Perfect. Okay. And on close, we're checking to see if there's a HLV encoder from here in the handler. I don't know why. It's not equal to no. Why do we have two? I don't know what this is. A trailer metadata. I don't know what that is. This is new, by the way. So all I was doing in the past was just checking to see if there was a file, which honestly, like, I think that's really the only thing I need to do. I'm not going to use the encoder for anything. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make some changes, I suppose. So we're going to go, and if the file is there, we'll do all this stuff. No, I don't need to do that other stuff. We'll skip that. Yeah, all this I'll skip. I'm just calling close. I think that close handles that, but this is actually part of a library, so I would just have to go look at the docs to see if that's what it's doing. Yeah, all right, so already here's something that I don't have access to. I don't have access to a path. So let's see if I get that from the file. If I call stack, will that give me the path? Not in the way that I want it. Wait, there's no handler here? Okay, all right, I'm confused now. Why can't I find this? Uh-huh, that's interesting. This is obviously generator docs. Let me go to the repo, which is where I found this. Is how I actually figured out how to do all this, was in the repo. Yeah, that should be an event. And I don't understand why that event's not here. Is it just decode body publish? Yeah, maybe it's this right here. It's just named very different. All right, well, Google is giving me code that doesn't work. There is no path there. Oh, unless. No, there is no unless. I was gonna say unless it's is passing the path up here somewhere. Let's see. Wow, Safari search is kind of bad. I literally just saw a path, HLV path, and Safari search isn't finding that. Right here. Oh, FLV. Haha. User error. Was I typing HLV again? I don't know why I keep typing H and not F. No, I did type F. Okay. Will name give me the full name of the full path? Because there's no path on here. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's still not yet. All right, let's see. Where is FLV path coming from? Let's ask it. My patience is running low. I don't think I'm gonna use AI for this. In my opinion, it's not making my life easier. If I had to think this hard, I may as well just do all of it myself. I didn't see it. Wait, did it really add that in here? I didn't see that. Did it add that? Did I miss that? I must have missed that. I did, because I think I skipped through all of this. I did. I skipped through all of this. Okay. I'm like, okay, fine. Gotta make sure I don't end up writing TypeScript. Technically, sure. Although I would prefer to have this done channel. I'm gonna keep it for now. I don't know why I changed all of this code so much. It could have just kept what I had, because I'm already having that path here. It decided to move it and do some other things first. I guess it wants me to create it first, sir. Try that. there is something that I had in mind for this stream. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had something that I think I shared. It should have been a blog post about AI. And I've been wanting to read it for a while, but I haven't. And now I can't find it. Here we are. I found it. I actually had, okay, I remember. I don't know why I'm random like this, but it suddenly came to me of like, why did I even think about doing this? All right, this is what I want to do. Now, there is an AI angle to this. We're gonna pause this right here, this other thing. This is why I created a branch. It's so that I can just delete it. I'm gonna do it myself. That's where I'm at. It's making some changes that I don't agree with, and I'm just not gonna deal with it. So let's go to what is that site called? NotebookLM. Or maybe Gemini can do this now. Maybe I'm gonna do this in Gemini. No, I don't want to chat. Stream real time. No, I don't want to do that either. I don't want to do any of this. Okay, so yeah, I'll just go to NotebookLM. All right, so I give it a link. And it should go off and do some things. And we're going to listen to it. It's going to create a podcast of sorts. And it can give me some other stuff. And I can read it if y'all want me to read it, but I'm going to assume that since no one is here, no one cares. So I'm going to generate. We're going to have this thing give a summary of this. And I'll read this alone later tonight. It's a fairly long article. It's not too, well, let me look at it in reader mode. Yeah, it's probably like a 30-minute read. Probably not even 30 minutes, probably 15, 20. Oh, here. Wait, what are we talking about? Are you talking about using AI to to generate a podcast of this article talking about AI? If so, then yes, I'm with you. All right, let me close this. Maybe I'm just too old school, I guess. Like I don't even have. I switched my code editor because I was getting tired of all the AI crap. I see it as more of a distraction. And I know that it could be useful to some people, but I haven't gotten the value from it yet. And I'm not someone who doesn't like, I have it, like I pay for ChatGPT, but I find myself using it as an afterthought where it's like, oh yeah, let me go and do it here because I should, kind of thing. All right, well, we're still waiting, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Yeah, it does. Here, while that does whatever it's doing, figure out how to get back to my others. Yeah, so here, I have these papers that I shared. These papers, by the way, in my Discord. So I've read these papers, and what I wanted to do was see if this can, like, I don't know, like produce something. It didn't do as great of a job as I had hoped, but it now has a study guide. This didn't exist last time. This didn't exist last time. So let's see what it has to say. Quiz instructions. Answer the following questions. What is credit assignment path in the context of neural networks? Describe the core idea behind back propagation. For training weight sharing feed forward networks and recurrent neural networks. Explain the concept of weight sharing and neural networks. And then they have this answer key. essay format questions, discuss the evolution. Man, even students are going to have professors who just generate all their stuff with AI. Man, our future generations are cooked. Our future's quality of services are going to go downhill so much. All right, well, yeah. So I was hoping that it would do a little bit more than that, but I mean, it's good enough, I guess. Oh, I see. Okay, I would like to see this in the original form, so let's do that. Can I search these things on my machine still? This is a new computer, so I don't know if I can. Let's see, 14. Oh, no, I named these after the actual title, so it'll be Deep Learning. No, they're not. Shit. Okay. All right, well, let's open Finder, and these are going to be on what? Media. Wait, what? Volumes, content. Okay, so media isn't mounted right now. All right, let's go papers. Deep learning, neural networks, and overview. Why is that not here? Did I save that locally like a dumbass? Yeah, I did. Dang it. Okay, so I don't have this paper locally, like I thought. All right, well, I'm sorry, not locally, on my NAS. I need to get in a better habit of making sure that I store my documents, like especially PDFs and papers, on my NAS and not locally, because I do that sometimes. I'll just download it and I'll just do all the stuff and it's just here and I'm not thinking about it. Or maybe I'll put it in iCloud. I doubt it. I try to avoid iCloud like the plague. Sometimes things get in there though. Let me delete that. I don't even know why that's even there. Where is documents? Are there no documents? Okay. All right, well, let's go back and see if my thingamajig is done. Load. Oh, wait, wrong thing. This right here. There we go. So we're gonna listen to it. Let's see. Let's go. And we'll do it in interactive mode, maybe. Allow to use your microphone, sure. Fine. All right.
All right, so today we're diving into something pretty heavy.
Yeah.
This is a story that I mean, well, it's about AI safety, but it also involves like real world violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and it's based on this this article from The Guardian that's like super in depth.
It's a long one.
Yeah.
Very long.
It's basically about like this group of people who.
Right.
Wait a minute. So I gotta say that was impressive. I don't remember it doing that in the past. Like the lip smack, it's a nice touch. Now I've already heard a mistake at the beginning. But yeah, let's keep going.
Got really into like some really intense philosophical ideas.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, oh well, allegedly led to some pretty awful things.
Yeah. It's a bit of a cautionary tale, you know, like how even the smartest people
Right.
can get caught up in these.
Oh, I can't do both.
All right, so today we're diving into something pretty heavy.
Yeah.
This is a story that I mean, well, it's about AI safety, but it
Right.
also involves like real world violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's based on this this article from The Guardian that's like super in depth.
It's a long one.
Yeah.
Very long.
It's basically about like this group of people who got really into like some really intense philosophical ideas.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, well, it allegedly led to some pretty awful things.
Yeah. It's a bit of a cautionary tale,
Yeah.
you know, like how even the smartest people can get caught up in these really extreme ideas and, well, it can lead to some dark places.
Yeah, absolutely. And like at the center of all this is this this figure called Ziz.
This is right.
Yeah, born Jack Amadeus Lasota, but
Right.
yeah, went by Ziz. So Ziz was a programmer and moved to the Bay Area around 2016.
Okay.
Like a lot of folks, you know, worried about AI, the dangers of AI.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thread, isn't it?
Yeah. And Ziz had this blog where over time the ideas got like really out there,
Hmm.
like really intense confrontational stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then there's this really weird thing that happened in 2022.
Okay.
Ziz supposedly like fell off a boat, drowned.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sister and a friend reported it. Big search, nobody found.
Oh.
There was even like an obituary in an Alaskan paper, Ziz's birthplace.
Wow, so like a whole
Yeah.
thing.
But here's the kicker. Ziz didn't drown, faked the whole thing, went underground.
No way.
Yeah, and then got arrested just last month in Maryland.
That's pretty wild.
Right, so like what does that even tell you about?
Well, I mean, faking your own death is a pretty big statement.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to, I don't know, erase yourself, start over, maybe escape something.
Yeah.
And the fact that some people, like big names in Silicon Valley, are worried about her being back.
Right.
I mean, that says something, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so to understand Ziz, we got to talk about the rationalist community.
Okay, the rationalists.
Yeah. So this is like this, I don't know, this kind of niche but also influential group.
Right.
They're all about applying like super rigorous logical thinking
Mhm.
to everything, AI, philosophy, you name it.
So super logical all the time.
Yeah, yeah. The article makes them sound like, a lot of them at least, are like
Yeah.
into fantasy, sci-fi, that kind of stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
They have their own lingo, and they have these crazy intense debates online.
Oh, like on forums and stuff.
Yeah, in these long blog posts they call sequences.
Sequences, okay.
Yeah. A big hub for them is Less Wrong, this website started by Eliezer Yudkowsky.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, he's like a big name in AI safety. So Less Wrong is where they hash out their ideas, you know?
So it's like,
I gotta pause this. I didn't know that there was a Harry Potter call and the Methods of Rationality. Oh, it's a fan fiction. Oh, okay. It reimagines the original books by having Harry raised by an Oxford professor of biochemistry, emphasizing science and rationality over magic in the traditional sense. Oh, well, I would argue that magic and they're the same, but oh, okay. The source explicitly states that thousands of people around the world read it, including Ziz, who was a young geek, of course, interested in atheism. How do you, that doesn't even make sense. You have an interest in atheism? Like, what the hell does that even mean? Just seems like this is some misguided virgin kid who's never been with, that's what it reads. That's what I'm assuming. It's like veganism. Okay, so he's probably weak, and utilitarianism at the same time. Yudkowsky wrote the series probably to recruit talent for addressing the AI alignment problem. Oh, wow. So he wrote it with that in mind. So it seems like this is propaganda in some sense. Worm. This described as roughly 7,000 page serial fantasy story that many rationalists have read. Ziz adopted her name. Oh, this is a her. Okay. Because Ziz is a weird name. From an alias used by a monster called the Simurf. The Simurf is characterized as having an unsettling power and described as an info hazard. Someone exposed to her for too long is said to become a liability and prone to causing destruction. Okay. Interesting.
their online headquarters, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about that? Like having this whole online world for these super intense ideas.
It's interesting, right? Because they put so much emphasis on being rational. Like the article says, they think if two rational people disagree, one of them must be wrong.
Huh.
Which, I mean, it sounds good in theory,
Right.
but like life isn't always so black and white, is it?
Yeah, for sure.
So I wonder, can you really apply pure logic to everything?
Right, right. Okay, so the big question the article tries to answer is this.
Okay.
How did this group of like smart, often altruistic people get involved in all this violence? We're talking 6 people dead.
Yeah,
That's odd.
it's a huge jump to make.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
going
that
from
was
studying
odd.
AI.
That was weird how it. Okay. Oh, that's the mind map. Okay. I could do a timeline. That's cool.
risks to being part of a murder cult.
Wow, yeah. That's a wild transformation.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to try and figure out. Like, how did that happen?
It's going to be disturbing, I think.
Oh, for sure.
But it's important to understand, right? Like, what are the signs?
Absolutely.
How could something like this even happen?
Okay, so let's start with Ziz. Like, how did she get into all this?
Okay, yeah.
So early on, she was into AI risk, the rationalist movement, all that.
Yeah.
And she was really influenced by this guy, Eliezer Yudkowsky.
Right. The West Wrong guy?
Yeah, exactly. Specifically, his ideas about the singularity.
Okay, so like when AI becomes smarter than us.
Yeah, like way smarter, to the point where it's like
Right.
uncontrollable, basically. And then there's the alignment problem.
Alignment.
Yeah, like how do we make sure that a super intelligent AI
Right.
has the same goals as humans? Like, how do we stop it from wiping us out?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's,
Kind of scary, right?
yeah, a little bit.
So Ziz was super into this stuff, and she also got really into this Harry Potter fan fiction.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, by Yudkowsky. It's called Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality.
Okay.
It's basically like Harry Potter, but with a rationalist spin.
So like Harry Potter solving problems with logic instead of magic.
Yeah, pretty much. And apparently it had a big impact on Ziz.
Hmm.
She also got involved with MIRI, Yudkowsky's research institute,
Yep.
and CFAR, this other group that promotes rationalist thinking.
So she was like really.
Wait a minute.
embedded
Wait,
in
whoa,
this
whoa,
world.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
whoa, whoa.
it seems like.
Wait, hold on. I gotta do something right quick. Okay, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Okay. Okay. It makes sense. Yeah, okay. All right, it makes sense now. He had mental issues. Got it.
Like it. It's interesting, right? Like, why would a Harry Potter fan fiction be so influential?
Well, I guess it's a way to explore these ideas
Right.
in a fun way, you know,
Right.
with familiar characters.
Yeah, that makes sense. And her involvement with MIRI and CFAR shows she was serious
Right.
about these AI risks.
Yeah, like she wanted to be part of the solution.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing that influenced her was effective altruism.
Effective altruism.
Yeah, it's this idea about like doing the most good for the most people.
Okay.
And it's tied to these philosophies, consequentialism and utilitarianism.
So like the ends justify the means kind of thing.
Yeah, kinda. It gets complicated, but yeah. Ziz was also trans and vegan.
Okay.
And her writings, like her blog posts and stuff, show a lot of anger
Mm-hmm.
and alienation, like feeling like an outsider.
That's understandable, I guess.
Yeah, so you have like all these different things going on with her.
Right. It's a mix of intellectual stuff, personal stuff,
Yeah,
and I guess it can be hard to separate those
Yeah.
sometimes.
totally. And there were some early signs, like hints that things might go wrong.
Oh, like what?
Well, there's this comment she made at a CFAR workshop.
Okay.
She said she was willing to use bad means to
Again,
achieve
it's
good
making
ends.
sense. Okay.
That's
Okay.
kind of worrisome.
Yeah, right. It's like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with something as
All right. Okay. Wait, it's the kitchen? Wait a minute. When did the kitchen become? I thought the kitchen was a private channel. Yeah, I don't know when that became not private channel. Yeah. All right, Cruz, you're asking questions. I am going to mention you in the kitchen. All right, there you go. Okay, I'll get back to it. Yeah, yeah. This other person, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
Important is, preventing AI doom.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about how things escalated, how this group, the Zizians, formed.
Okay, Bezizians.
Yeah, so Ziz was going through some tough times, personal struggles,
Like what?
money problems like housing, jobs.
Right.
And she'd been through a traumatic experience, a sexual assault.
Oh, wow. That's awful.
Yeah, and she was getting disillusioned with the rationalist scene.
Huh. Like she was losing faith in them.
Yeah, like she thought they weren't doing enough to stop AI from destroying humanity.
Why is
So
this
she was,
page
like,
not found?
Taking things to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. This project she was working on with Gwen Danielson, the rationalist fleet.
Rationalists.
Yeah, they wanted to live on sailboats, like create this off-grid community.
Okay.
But it failed, and that seems to have been a turning point for her.
Like a breaking point, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. She started criticizing Miri and Sifar.
Really?
Yeah, calling them hypocrites, saying they weren't really committed to preventing AI doom.
So she was like breaking away from the mainstream rationalist groups.
Yeah, totally. It's also around this time that she starts calling herself Ziz.
Ziz, like the bird.
Yeah, from this online fantasy serial called Worm.
Okay.
Ziz, in that story, is an alias for the Cymurg, which is this powerful being, but it's also described as an info hazard.
An info hazard.
Yeah, like information that's dangerous just to know.
Why
Whoa.
are
Yeah,
these
it's
results
kinda crazy.
limited?
And I think it shows how she saw herself, like she thought her ideas were dangerous.
Wow. That's
And hence, right?
yeah, it's like she thought she was some kind of prophet with forbidden knowledge.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
She also started interpreting these complex philosophical ideas
It makes
in really
sense.
literal ways.
Oh, like what?
Like Roko's basilisk.
Roko's basilisk. What's that?
It's this thought experiment about a future AI that punishes people who didn't help bring it into existence sooner.
That's
It's weird, right?
yeah, it's like a very specific kind of fear.
Yeah, and most rationalists dismiss it as like not a real threat.
Okay.
But Ziz was really fixated on it.
Why do you think that is?
Well, the article suggests it fed into her anxieties about like future punishment and moral purity.
So like she was worried about being on the wrong side of history, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And she started talking about adopting sociopathic methods.
Sociopathic methods, like what does that even mean?
Basically, she thought that being nice and altruistic made you a target,
Oh wow.
and that to survive,
this.
you
Text
had
is
to
working
be
for me.
ruthless and
Alright.
manipulative.
That's a pretty dark turn.
Yeah, it's like she completely flipped the script on morality.
Right, it's like she decided the only way to do good was to be bad.
Exactly. And she starts calling herself the vegan Sith Lord.
Vegan Sith Lord.
Yeah, like from Star Wars.
Okay, but like vegans are usually peaceful.
I know, right? It's like she's
Um,
combining these contradictory
what means it?
ideas.
Yeah, it's like she's creating her own, I don't know, her own moral universe.
Yeah, and she even said she had an idiosyncratic religion.
Idiosyncratic religion, so like something she made up herself.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like she was building this whole belief system that justified anything.
That's scary, honestly.
Yeah, it is. And that brings us to the violence, like the actual incidents.
Oh yeah.
So in 2019, Ziz and 3 others disrupted a CFAR retreat.
A retreat?
Yeah, like a conference thing.
Okay.
They were handing out these weird flyers, blocking a road, being disruptive.
Huh.
They got arrested, and then Ziz sent this email to Yudkowsky.
To Yudkowsky himself.
Yeah, full of threats, talking about her religion and evil gods.
Oh, wow. So it was like personal at that point.
Yeah, it was definitely escalating. After that, they all moved to this trailer park in Vallejo,
Okay.
and they became even more isolated.
Like a cult, almost.
Yeah, kinda. And new people joined, like Maximilian Snyder, who went by Audaire,
Oh, dare. Okay.
and Tessa Burns, who went by Suridow or Silver and Ivory.
So many names.
I know, it's hard to keep track, but anyway, the article talks about these chat logs.
Chat logs.
Yeah, from like online forums and stuff where they were talking,
Shit.
and it's bad, like really
Oh
disturbing
wow,
stuff.
this is part of the EA
Violent
stuff.
fantasies, hating on authority
gosh.
figures, talking
not
about imposters.
Imposters.
Yeah, like from the game Among Us.
Oh,
Based
right.
in
And they talked
Berkeley.
about
Oh my gosh,
airlocking
okay.
people, which is like,
Like killing them.
yeah, basically. Burns even talked about wanting to be a knife murderer.
That's chilling.
It is. It's like they were losing touch with reality.
Yeah, like the line between online talk and real life was blurring.
Exactly. And then there was this conflict with their landlord, Curtis Lind.
Okay.
They were on a rent strike. Things got heated.
Oh.
At one point, someone pulled a knife on Lind.
Wow.
So Lind, understandably, bought a gun.
Yeah, you got to protect yourself.
And then things went really bad. Burns lured Lind to this meeting, and then they attacked him with knives, a samurai sword.
A samurai sword.
Yeah, it was crazy. Lind shot back, killed one of them, Borhanian, and wounded Letham.
Oh my God.
They found encrypted computers and Lie at the scene.
Lie? What were they going to do with Lie?
I don't know, it's creepy. And someone who looked like Ziz was there but disappeared from the
What the
hospital.
hell does this even mean?
Disappeared.
How? No idea, but adds to the whole mystery.
Definitely. So that was like their first act of real violence.
Yeah, and it just kept escalating.
Oh, no.
So then there's this other woman, Michelle Zacco, who went by Jamie.
Okay.
She was in Vermont, and she bought a handgun.
Okay.
And apparently she was involved in some conflict with Ziz, something about a plan to kill this woman, Alice Monday.
You kill someone.
Yeah, it's messed up. And then Zacco's parents were murdered in Pennsylvania.
Oh, no.
Ziz and Blank, another one of the group, were found in a hotel room nearby with like 40 grand.
So
in
I
cash.
have
What?
a
were,
vendetta
like,
against
right there.
psychologists,
Yeah,
bro.
but
like,
Ziz got out on bail and disappeared again.
This is getting more and more complicated.
I know, right?
oh my God.
Then you have these two others.
I have a big beef with psychology. What I feel with this type of is that they are seeking to justify their value in the world. So of course you're going to create problems that don't exist. The fact that this is interesting. All right, I'm gonna go, but let's keep listening.
Felix Baucult and Teresa Youngblood.
Okay.
They went by Ophelia
Oh gosh,
and
okay.
Milo.
I see.
More names.
I know, it's a lot. They disappeared too, went to North Carolina, then Vermont,
Okay.
and then there was this traffic stop, and they ended up shooting
Social
a Border
psychology,
Patrol
okay.
agent, David Mayland.
Oh my God.
Baucult was killed, Youngblood got arrested, and then Lind, the landlord, he was killed too.
Killed again.
Yeah, this time allegedly by Snyder, the Audere guy.
So like a revenge killing.
Seems like it. And then finally Ziz, Zacco, and Blank were arrested in Maryland.
Wow. So it's like this whole web of violence across different states.
Yeah, and it's all connected to these beliefs, this whole rationalist AI doomsday stuff.
It's terrifying, really. Like
Ooh.
how an idea can lead to so much destruction.
Yeah, and the legal stuff is still going on. It's a mess.
What about the people involved?
Well, Burns and Letham are apparently in really bad shape mentally.
I can't imagine what they're going through.
And Snyder, he wrote this letter to Yudkowsky blaming him for everything, but Yudkowsky refused to read it.
I mean, can you blame him?
Not really. And then Alice Monday and Gwen Danielson, they're still missing.
It's so sad, all the damage that's been done.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the article makes a point of saying that the AI, risk, and rationalist communities
Right.
aren't responsible for what the Zizians did.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not like everyone who's into AI safety is going to become a murderer.
Right. It's not like a direct cause and effect.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that. The article compares Ziz to a runaway AI.
A runaway AI.
Yeah, like she took these ideas and ran with them to these crazy extremes.
That's an interesting way to put it.
It's like she lost sight of any kind of moral compass.
Yeah, like the logic took over
Mm.
and the humanity got lost.
Yeah, and it's interesting that the rationalist movement has lost some influence since then.
Really?
Yeah, and there's this rise of post-rationalism.
Post-rationalism, what's that?
It's like more focused on self-help, spirituality, that kind of stuff.
So it's like a reaction to the coldness of pure logic.
Yeah, maybe. Like people want something more than just thinking all the time.
Makes sense.
This woman, Rachel Wolford, she makes a good point. She says a lot of these weird nerd communities have good intentions,
Right.
but they also have these failure modes.
Silly modes.
Yeah, like things that can go wrong.
Like what?
Well, like in this case, it seems like there wasn't enough emotional regulation and not enough critical thinking about their own beliefs.
So they got caught up in their own echo chamber.
Yeah, and things spiraled out of control. But the article also says that AI safety is still important.
Yeah, of course.
Like, just because this group went crazy doesn't mean the threat is gone.
Right. It's still a real issue that needs to be addressed.
And we can't forget the victims in all this.
Of course not.
Curtis Lynn, the Zoskos, Agent Mayland,
It's tragic.
and then the Zizians themselves. Like, they all destroyed their lives.
It's a terrible situation all around.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm like doing some other side digging as I listen. I'm not going to write any of this down. I should, but I have some hypotheses. None of the members that are part of this thing have children. That's the first one. At least the ones who founded it. I did find this interesting here that all these other people here, they have a lot of stuff to say about them, but these other folks, there's not much to say. So my second hypothesis is that there was a rift, some kind of disagreement. This person was probably kicked out because this is the president and co-founder. Here's the other president and co-founder. So I wonder if they had some type of disagreement. This person right here, according to this, is she's part of the school of scientific skepticism, which I'm going to say another way of saying that is dogmatic. I think a lot of these people are dogmatic. Like if your position is, oh, we can't trust anything if it's not based in science. Like if you lack evidence, then that tells me that you are dogmatic about science and you don't view it as just a method, but you view it as more of a religion. Now, I could just be, I might be putting too much into this, but I don't think I am. Given that I'm around, I've been around. How about that? I'm not around them anymore, but I've been around people who are this way and who think this way and who think that because they have a college degree that they are somehow superior to people who don't have one, and they lead with their credentials because they have nothing else to lead with. I've noticed it. It's really weird, and I say it's weird because you'd expect me to be that way because I also went to these schools with these people. Like I am in the same social circles as these people, but I don't really vibe with them like that. Anyway, let's keep listening. It's almost over.
So, I don't know. It's hard to wrap your head around all this. It's like we started with these idealistic ideas about saving humanity.
Right.
And ended up with this horrific violence.
It's a reminder that ideas have power.
Yeah.
And that power can be used for good or for evil.
It's also scary to think about how online communities can make these things worse.
Yeah, they can create these bubbles where extreme ideas can fester.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, what do you think? Like, after learning all this?
Well, it definitely makes you think about the responsibility we all have.
Right.
When we engage with these big, important ideas.
Yeah, especially online, where things can spread so fast.
And I think it's a reminder to be careful to check ourselves.
Yeah.
To make sure we're not getting lost in our own heads.
That's a good point. Like, how do we balance intellectual exploration with staying grounded in reality?
It's a tough question, but it's one we have to ask.
Absolutely. And like,
Oh my
is this
gosh.
just a freak occurrence, or is this something that could happen again?
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? Are there other groups out there
Right.
who are heading down this same path?
And what can we do to stop it?
That's something for all of us to think about, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lot to process,
Yeah, it is.
but it's important that we do.
Absolutely.
And just, okay, that was weird. It just ends, but okay. All right, yeah, this is kind of cool. I think I need to go down this path because, yeah, like, oh, come on, that's not what I meant to do. Emphasis on logic and math. I wonder if that has anything to do with this person right here, Anna. Let's go see who this person is. Huh. Anna looks, I don't know. Oh. I guess that's the other community, because I think I saw that here somewhere. Where is this? Yeah, Less Wrong online community. Okay. No profile picture. That's interesting. This seems to be a profile of a person who has removed everything. Because normally these types of people love to, boast and brag about all the places that they've been to like, what's the word? To signal that they are somebody. It's interesting. I don't have Facebook, so it's not going to work. But this is that person. Studied philosophy in San Diego. Interesting. Get away. Studied mathematics at UC Santa Barbara. Interesting. PhD. Okay, so let's see. UC San Diego. Mathematics. What's that, mathematics? Did I read that right? Or philosophy? Yeah, philosophy. As y'all can see, I'm pretty okay when it comes to to finding things. They have an alumni association. Do they have profile photos? Is it not going to work? Okay, there's nothing here. They have a LinkedIn group. 150 members. Oh, that's me. Hold on. Oh, never mind. Like, that's mine. All right, so I guess not. This isn't that though. This isn't that kind of. I'm not about to get into what I think. Okay. Let's see. Lines retreat and complete maps. Machine Intelligence Research Institute, Research Fellow. Center for Applied Rationality, Board Director. I see one. There's one, but there's no title here. Why is that not here? On her Facebook page, her reasons as I see far as a favorite donation location in 2019. Two basic senses donation helps you. It provides moral and financial support. Also states the importance of assisting people toward AI alignment research locating. Who worked at CFAR. That goes against what I see here. Given that explains on her Facebook why her reasons as why she chose CFAR as her favorite donation location. I'm not ignorant to tax loopholes, so I'm wondering if this was just some type of front or something. That's interesting. All right, what the hell is Donkin shaped? This is effective altruism. Proxy updating. What does that mean? There's a lot of delegated modeling and reputational trust and preliminary adopting of other people's beliefs. Okay. Until such time as you to really think it through yourself and so forth. Spend time, energy, recommend based off, make it bigger. All right. Mess up the flow. Okay, and so forth. People spend time, energy, resources, attention, and recommendations based off how other people that they trust spend their time. And since I spent a lot of the last 3 years running workshops and giving talks at EA Globals and universities and authoring handbooks and publicly discussing FAR's overall mission, there's probably hundreds of people out there whose sense of CFAR is strongly entangled with their sense of Donkin. What is Donkin? About Tim, CFAR exploring, trying new things, often delivers at least few places they're shooting and stuff like that. Okay, there's also the fact that Val recently left and Anna is now part-time. So something to clean, safe, fresh start about many people working there are veterans. Our shape of the team is very different if you should look. Because I'm afraid people will read this into something other than what I'm trying to say. It's often tricky. Well, if you just say what you mean, that helps. All right, let's put this into here. Actually, no, I want to put this into Gemini. Let's see what Gemini has to say about this. I think I closed Gemini. Maybe a little bit too soon. That will come here. Huh? Oh wait, this is a different Gemini. Oh, okay, I see. I was in Gemini Studio last time. I'm gonna listen to that new Elon interview on Fox. Oh, he's doing an interview. Okay, so CFAR is undergoing a significant shift. Central implication of that center. Okay, under new leadership, Tim, and with different team composition. So Val is leaving, and then Anna is part-time. Is Val this? I don't see Val anywhere on here. Is it Valentine Smith? This Michael? Oh yes, it is a co-founder. Okay, so there must have been some type of something happened. Maybe I'll remove Valentine because that's in quotes. Or can I do that to get it to ignore that? No. Okay, so I'll just remove that. Michael Smith. And we'll just put Valentine outside of quotes because if you put quotes in a Google search, it has to appear. So you'll get a shorter amount of results. I'm still not seeing this person. Michael Smith, and then maybe we'll put CFAR. Or just regular CFAR. Okay, here we are. Co-founder in 2012. Samuel got his PhD in math education. Been actually trying to save the world. Oh my gosh. Man, you know, you have to have a very big ego and a very weird sense of self to think that you are going to save the world. It's like, who the fuck are you? Who do you think you are? With ideas, it's like, I don't know. I mean, you may change the world, but it may not be in the way you think. There's this other guy who thought he was going to change the world, and he did. His name was Karl Marx. There's some other ones. Let's see, far in 2018, due to strong disagreements in approach. Okay, so I was right. One of my hypotheses was right. Then spent several years focused on a hippie arc, meditation, yoga, plant medicine ceremony. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I know what this means. He did ayahuasca. I did ayahuasca too. I know exactly what plant medicine ceremonies are. So he probably did a week or two. And demystified and summer. What is demystified? All right, has a link tree. Is it still up? Oh, it has a Substack. Okay, so it's that Dream and Wizard thing. Okay. And less wrong. Okay, there's still a tie in there. No, I'm good. The other biology. Oh my gosh, there's more than one. So someone put this in here. So yeah, I'm obviously going to click it. Okay, so let's see. Can I get this in a reader view? Yes, I can. Transhumanism. Oh, it's these people. Oh my gosh. I love that mental health issues is here. That's definitely what I'm sensing. Vegan Lord Sith. My gosh. All right. Yeah, my interest has been piqued. I'm gonna follow this because it needs to be followed. Of course, it's philosophers and computer scientists. My gosh. This is what happens when you have nothing to believe in, and then atheism becomes your religion. All right, anyway, I'm gonna head out. I am kind of bored talking to myself. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.